Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Risk Awareness Week 2025. My name is Susan Holliday. I am a public and private company board director, an advisor to boards and management teams, and a qualified risk director of the DCRO Institute. And I'm delighted to join you today to talk about the topic risk management in the age of crypto. Now, you may wonder why we're talking about this topic at all. Maybe it seems a little odd, but I'm hoping to convince you that even if your company or your sector is absolutely nothing to do with crypto, a good risk management professional should be monitoring developments in this space because there are going to be implications perhaps far wider than you thought. So why am I saying this? Well, first of all, crypto is big enough to worry about, and it's growing fast. Secondly, we're talking about risk management here, right? But there are clear opportunities and threats and downside and upside risks coming from crypto basically becoming mainstream. And a third key message: focus on the effect that crypto is going to have in the market rather than the actual technology itself. So why am I saying that crypto is a mainstream topic? Well, let's have a look at this slide. On the day that I prepared the slides, these were kind of top investment assets by market cap. And the biggest we can see by far is gold. And then you see a whole load of companies' shares that you've probably heard of wherever in the world you live. So Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet or Google, Amazon, Meta, which is Facebook. And in the middle there at number 8, just after silver, we see Bitcoin. And bear in mind that Bitcoin is just one of the cryptocurrencies. So whether we like it or we don't like it, cryptocurrencies are now big enough to take notice of, big enough to worry about, and big enough to have an influence beyond a kind of small, select group of crypto fanatics, shall we say. So, okay, we're in the age of crypto, whether we like it or not. So how should an effective risk manager operate in this era of crypto? And bear in mind that these points are mainly the same as I probably said last year about a different topic, and I'm sure a lot of the speakers are saying in Risk Awareness Week. This is not only about crypto, but given what's going on, it's even more important to be aware of these topics. So first of all, an effective risk manager in the age of crypto, he or she needs to understand the big picture, what the opportunities and threats are. And we're going to give some examples of that and how what's happening in the crypto universe goes kind of far beyond the narrow confines of, as I say, people who are just focused on crypto and decentralized finance. Absolutely critical now more than ever that the risk department is involved in strategic decisions, not just in implementation. If you wait until you are implementing something to do with crypto, it's either going to be a box ticking exercise or it's going to be running around putting out fires and clearing up messes. This is a strategic topic and risk needs to have a seat at the table. To be an effective risk manager in the age of crypto, you need to understand design decisions and from various points of view. So sure, that means technical, and you certainly need to have availability of sufficient technical expertise, but also regulatory, financial, even marketing, as these will have a huge impact on the risk profile of the company. And in order